gather round, feel the love come down. Blue elephant is strong.
Hey guys, welcome
Together
back to my
we
channel. So today we are
belong.
not making coasters, but we are using
Every
these really
common
cute
right
Highlander cows that I absolutely fell in love with. Thanks a lot, Valerie. Appreciate it. Love you. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do today, but we are going to do something different. I fell in love with them. It's kind of going to go with what I'm going to set up in my kitchen. So that's what we're going to do. We are using Let's Resin's epoxy resin, which I mixed way too fast on purpose. And use their new bubble remover machine, which is absolutely amazing. I know that there's been a lot of people trying to get them and they have been out of stock in the United States. When I just spoke to them a couple of days ago, they're back in stock. So if you want to get your hands on one, I have a discount code that you can use. It is great. It pressurizes, it shows you the pressure on there. It automatically depressurizes and you can lift the lid off super easy. You can turn the dial in 30-second increments going up or down if you decide that you need longer before it depressurizes, and you get bubble-free resin. Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do today is I don't want to make coasters. I want to make a wall hanging for my kitchen. So I am just going to take this resin and I am dividing it mainly in between these two cups, keeping a little bit of clear, because what I want to do is, since there's sunflowers in the pictures, I kind of want to make the background look like a sunflower. Like, abstractly, obviously. I'm not painting a sunflower on it, but I want to use the colors. So we're going to use the orange and yellow in the actual coaster itself, and then we're going to incorporate the green and the brown later on, which I think will be really cool. I am putting a little bit of the clear resin just kind of where I'm going to separate the two colors, and that's uh, I was hoping to get cells or something. I didn't necessarily wait and or do it right for that matter. Initially in my head, I wanted to have there to be more of a separation and in between the colors, and then that all kind of went out the window. So the clear probably would have worked in my favor had I not done what I end up doing later on, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, so I put it down in the middle. I'm mixing up my yellow. I am adding a bunch of yellow glitter to this. Do I expect to see the glitter? Not exactly, but I think that I should be able to see kind of like glimpses of the sparkle popping through, which I thought would be a cool effect. And then I'm also going to use the Let's Resin orange mica, and we're going to do the same thing. Now, with the orange, I don't have an exact match for glitter, like for the glitter. So I'm gonna go between two different ones. I have like a burnt orange, and I put that in first, and I just wasn't happy with the look that I was getting. Like, I love this glitter, don't get me wrong, but it didn't do what I wanted to do in here. Like, I just couldn't see that sparkle coming through like I can with the yellow. So I ended up going with more of a neon color orange, and that perked it right up, and then I could see the sparkle in there that I was looking for. So that's what we're going to do. Now it's time to kind of go in with my colors. Now, for what I want to do, I'm going to put the orange in the middle, like towards the bottom, and then I'm going to add the yellow up around the top. Super simple. Like, there's nothing crazy ridiculous to it. I just want to kind of have a combination of those colors. I didn't want to go white. I didn't want to go green necessarily. I kind of just want to play on the colors of the sunflower itself in those rub-on stickers that I got. Now, hindsight, I probably would have ordered different stickers. I love the images on them, but when I purchased them, I thought they really made it look like they had a transparent background, like the rub-on stickers that just come off and all you see is the sticker. You don't have that white outline, which is not at all what I wanted. Like, I wanted it just to be the sticker. So I was kind of disappointed when I took off the backing and rubbed them on and it had that white border, which made it look like a sticker, which is not what I wanted, but it's fine. It'll be fine. I have to see if I can find some. This is where I kind of went just crazy and started pouring the colors over the clear, and just all my other past thoughts of how I wanted this to go just went out the window, and we're going a whole new route with it. So I decided that after I put in both of my colors, I'm going to fill up this mold most of the way. Like, all I'm doing is adding stickers to it. Now, I am going to add some crushed glass to this later on. So, hindsight, I wish I hadn't have filled up quite so far, because I did have an issue with some of my glass sticking out. So, I had to really scarily dome these to get that glass completely covered. And then I'm just sort of kind of pulling the colors into each other so that hopefully the transition, when it cures, won't be a harsh line, because I definitely don't want that. So I'm hoping that this will kind of help fade it in, and maybe it'll decide to play nice and I'll get some of these kind of designs in there. I doubt it, but and I did go around with all my 90-degree angles with my dotting tool just to make sure that there was no air pockets trapped around those corners. You know how they like to stick there and whatever. Hit it with the heat gun real quick just to pop any bubbles that I may have incorporated in mixing my micas in there and just flinging the resin around. Okay, so 24 hours later, here we are, and this is where I get so disappointed and I'm so sad. I peel off the back to go and rub it on, and I realize that it's just all white, especially when I go to pull it off here, and there's nothing I can do about it at this point. It kind of is what it is. It is what it is. Like, I really wish that some of these companies, when you purchase stuff from them, would say, hey, it's not transparent, instead of making everything out to look like it is. And then you purchase something and lo and behold, it's not what you thought you purchased. Because that's really annoying, especially when, things aren't cheap. But anyway, the images are super cute and I do like them. So we're just going to go with it, and it'll be what it is. So I am just rubbing down really, really well before I pull that top part off. Now, in this one here, when I rubbed it down, I guess in how I laid it, it did get an air bubble up by the head that I couldn't kind of squish out. So all I did was took my craft blade. Now, I have two different ones setting. I have one that's just for cutting stuff open, that it's the blade itself is kind of garbage, so I didn't use that one. I wanted to use a very sharp pointed one, so I used my new one just to poke a little hole in there and then rub it down really, really well to kind of push that air in, or push the air out, and get that sticker to kind of reseal itself on there so that when I pour the resin on, it's not noticeable that there was a bubble there. If you don't take care of that issue first, you will see it when you put your clear coat on top. So just going through, checking to make sure there aren't any I missed, fixing the ones where I had missed them, and now it's time to add our glass. Now, initially I was just going to do the green, but when I'm looking at the colors, I really wanted to incorporate all of the colors of just the image itself into here. And I like the green, but I thought it needed more. And what it really needed was a little bit of brown. So after I'm done kind of filling in with the amount of green that I want, I went ahead and got my brown glass glitter, and I'm doing the same thing, adding it together. Now, I have not poured my resin in here yet. I'm adding this dry, and then I'm just going to kind of mix them around together and put them all in place. I do take quite a while to do this part because I do want it as I want it the same. Like, I don't want one to come out more than the other. I want them in a particular area. I want them very mixed so that it's not concentrated more of one color than the other. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want a nice blend of both colors together and not one area more green, one more brown because of the way the glass kind of fell. So after I finally kind of get this all situated, then it's time to start adding my resin. Now, as far as the resin goes, I will add some to the center and then I'm slowly going to pour it over top of the glass itself. I don't want to do it fast because I I spent a lot of time getting it in place. So if I do it fast, it's going to push all that glitter out into the image where I don't want it. So I'm going to add it slowly on top so that before I fill this completely up, I can take my dotting tool and just kind of move around and get all of that glitter completely, make sure it's submerged and there's no floating pieces, make sure that none's sticking above the resin and all mixed up with no air so that I don't have air bubbles that kind of pop out of it later on. And then I am going to make sure that I go all the way around the entirety of each piece, making sure that resin is covering wall to wall on every side of the mold and that it's just there chilling, doing its thing before I fill it up. Well, as I fiddle with this, a little birdie told me that Willow will be making a guest appearance in this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that because it's something. It's quite hilarious, and I think you guys will get a kick out of it because I mean, for me, it's kind of annoying because it's every day every time that this happens that I have to deal with it, but it is kind of funny. So make sure you stick around towards the end of the video for that. I'm sure it'll make you laugh. All right, so back to the video. I lied. It wasn't the mixing up the glitters while it was dry that took me forever. It was this part that took me forever. And the reason that it is taking me forever is that I'm being very thorough in making sure that it is completely resin covered. Now, at this point, I decided that I wanted to add a little bit of green down at the bottom, and that's mainly for two reasons. One, it's going in my kitchen wall, and my kitchen wall is kind of like it's a blue color, but kind of like a very light gray blue. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's blue. So I kind of thought, okay, well, that looks like the sky. And then we've got the sunflower kind of looking in the background. And I really hate this white that's on these stickers. So maybe just to kind of hide the bottom of it, I'll add a little bit more of the green. And it can kind of be like grass, you know? It'll kinda hide I can't hide the harsh white all over the rest of it. I can't, unfortunately. If I could have figured out a way how to, I most definitely would have, but it at least hides the bottom of it. So, I decided to do that. Once I got that all mixed in there, I am just topping it off with resin. Now, this is where I kinda realized it when I was starting to put the glass down that some of these I wasn't taking into consideration the fact that I knew I was putting glass in when I was filling it up with the colors. And my mind was on, well, I just need a thin coat of clear. I can fill these more up with the colors because I just need a thin coat of clear. I'm just doing stickers, right? But the other part of my head didn't never thought of the fact that, well, you're adding glass, so you need to make sure that there's enough space in your mold for the glass to go because they are like irregular sized pieces where they're small, yes, but some are bigger than others. Some stand up taller than others, and now I have to worry about them coming out. Now, I apologize for missing the demolding. I was recording. I don't know what my camera was doing. I pushed record. It acted like it was doing it, went to the screen and everything, and then when I went to stop, my camera had froze. I mean, it wouldn't even power down. I had to take the battery out. So I don't know what its issue was, but it decided that it was not going to record that, but it's not like there's a huge reveal because you've already seen what they look like. But now what I want to do is because I'm going to have these hanging and I'm just hanging them, one atop of each other. So I need to drill some holes. So I'm using my Let's Resin drill and, pretending that I know how to make a straight line with the ruler, which we all know if we've watched any of my other videos, I do not know how to do. So it ended up that I tried for a while to fiddle with it and pretend like I know what I was doing. And then in the end, I just eyeballed it. So hopefully it's straight. And then I am drilling the hole. Now, of course, the first one I completely ruined. And when I went to power it on, it went flying because I wasn't pushing down hard enough and kind of tore a chunk out where I didn't want to. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm putting that kind of like twine stuff on it and it pretty much hides it. Now, if you wanted to fix it, all you would need to do is just take a tiny bit of UV resin and fill up that, little hole that shouldn't be there. And that's it. Now, there was one of these that there was a big piece of glass and I had to flip it over and come up from the other way because it didn't like that piece of glass and it overheated and I had to let it kind of cool down for a little bit. So before I do the third one, I had one hole left to do, of course, and then it wanted to get too hot. I decided that I wanted to kind of finish these off with that kind of twine. So I just got my hot glue gun, heated it up, and I am just going to hot glue all around the edges. It's going to kind of finish it off and just add a little bit more interest to it so it's not just, a plain resin piece. It's kind of got some, you know, farmy kind of outdoorsy, that kind of, I don't know style. Guys, like I'm very simple like that. Like I couldn't tell you one type of art or style or anything from another. The only reason I know that I'm kind of digging the farmhouse style is because a piece of furniture I ordered for my microwave said that it was farmhouse style piece and I really liked it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. So, I don't know. I just know that I like this kind of look, and I think that it has actually grown on me in the last like 4 or 5 months because before, not so much, but I do like it now, and this is what I want to go. So, this is what I'm doing. After I'm done gluing all of these all the way around, then I'm just going to take the same twine and I'm going to shove it through the hole that I thought I made big enough, but of course I didn't because I'm me. And we're just going to assemble it and put it together. And it's going to look beautiful. And I do have some other ideas for the rest of the stickers. Uh, Part of me is like, do I really want to use them? Because I ordered something, a new mold that I can use them and oh, it's going to be really, really cool if I can figure it out. But now I'm like, do I actually want to use these stickers again? I kind of feel like I should just because it goes with this piece. But part of me is like, I hate the white. I don't know. What should I do? Should I use these again and just continue on, or should I just save them and use them for something else and try and find ones that do not have the white but are super cutesy like this because I really like the images on them. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think. I'd tell you what it is, but I don't want to ruin the surprise of the video because well, depending on, I guess, what I do, it'll be on the sooner side of things. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. I mean, all in all, it's a simple project, but it's a way to take those coaster molds that I know everybody and their mother does coasters and whatever, and do something different with it. Don't just because it's a coaster mold doesn't mean you got to make coasters with it. I mean, even in my last one where I did make coasters with the same exact mold, I honestly, and I may still do it, instead of using them as coasters, I may make it a wall hanging for my dining room instead and just put it on a nice piece of wood or something. I still think would look really, really cool. But I don't know. We'll see. I may just do a whole nother video of it at some point down the road. Who knows? Anyway, that's really it. Look, you've got to stay for this video of Willow. You you really have to. It's coming up here in a minute. But other than that, that's a wrap on this one, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. The glamour shots will be after the video of Willow. I will see you guys on Tuesday in the next one. Love ya. Bye.
Little fuzz balls running free, In a sea of gold you see tiny calves with flower crowns, dancing till the sun goes down. Eyes so wide they twinkle bright in the morning's early light. Tiny hooves in sunflower rows, where the gentle north wind blows. Baby cows and sunflowers tall, nature's canvas we adore, playing games and having fun underneath the summer sun. Yellow skies and furry friends, joy that never seems to end, chasing shadows through the day till the twilight fades away. Heads so fluffy, hearts so pure, in their world the joy's for sure. In the fields where dreams take flight, every day feels just so right. From dawn till dusk their laughter flows, in a dance that nature knows. In the golden fields they play, making memories each day. Cows and sunflowers tall, nature's canvas we adore, playing games and having fun underneath the summer sun. Baby cows and sunflowers tall, nature's canvas we adore, playing games and having fun underneath the summer sun. Yellow skies and furry friends, joy that never seems to end, chasing shadows through the day till the twilight fades away. Heads so fluffy, hearts so pure, in their world the joy's for sure. In the fields where dreams take flight, every day feels just so right. From dawn till dusk their laughter flows, in a dance that nature
Do you guys hear how ridiculous she sounds? She is so frantic for her food every time you think that she was starving. And if I didn't have her in the slow feeder, she would literally be done in 2.5 seconds and get the hiccups because she eats too fast. She will do this until every piece of food is on and then sniff around for the next 10 minutes. It's insane. She is the noisiest eater I have ever seen in my entire life. It's so hilarious watching her eat. And annoying.
we'll gather around, feel the love come down. Blue elephant is strong, together we belong. In every comment bright, you lift me to new heights. Your support, it's clear, gives me reason to cheer. Blue